Good morning, everybody. This is Van Hargis with Van Hargis Horsemanship, and I appreciate you guys joining me this morning on the ranch road. We're headed over to the ranch to see what we can get into today and work with a few horses and meet up with a few people as well. Today I'm going to talk about something that I as a competitor, and let me mention what I mean by competitor. I am one of those people that I'm extremely competitive, meaning that if I'm going to do something, I want to do it and I want to win. I just feel good about the achievement of winning. And but with all honesty, as I compete, I have learned over the years that I want to win against the other person, against the other team, whatever the case may be. But most importantly, I want to feel as if I achieved something, that I was able to contribute, that I was able to do better than what I did before. In other words, I like the idea of measuring my performance and my progress. For example, when I was in high school, I set a bar for myself that I wasn't going to be happy or contented unless I was a running back. So if I didn't get a 100-yard game, to me, I didn't do my part. So yeah, I was out there trying to win. I was trying to do the best job I could possibly do, but I was also trying to meet or beat that 100-yard mark. In other words, I set that personal goal. The other side of that is that if you're one of those type of people that have that competitive mind and that competitive spirit, what I want to realize, or want you guys to realize, is that it's not about winning, or it's not about beating somebody or whatever else. What it's really about is your own personal progression. For example, in the horse industry, some of the best competitors I know couldn't care less what the competitors do. In other words, a guy goes in there and he scores a 72 or 74 on a particular class or a particular event. He doesn't care that all the other people scored a 72 or a 74. He's going in that arena to do the best job he can do on each maneuver or each aspect of his competition. Are you somewhat aware maybe that there's a goal that you're trying to achieve? Absolutely. For example, if I was calf roping and I come out and I know what my game is. In other words, I know that on a given situation, I might be able to rope a certain time if everything kind of goes well. I kind of know what my horse's abilities are. I kind of know what my abilities are. And let's just throw out a number. Let's say it's a 10 flat. So I know that, boy, I can get out there and I can rope a 10 flat pretty darn good. But at the same time, because it is a competitive game, let's just say that somebody else comes out and ropes a 9.8. What I need to know about myself is that I need to go out there and do the best job that I can possibly do, but I also need to know that I need to be sharp. I need to try to, if I can, shave off those 0.2 seconds or whatever it is to kind of compete on that greater level. It's real important to try my best to do that. Because see, then I can raise my own bar from a 10 flat to that 9.8. So it's important that we go out there and do it. But the reality is I'm not competing against that 9.8. What I'm really competing against is myself. I'm not competing against that other guy. That other guy has just helped me realize that there's a potential another bar for me to rise up to. Competition is great because whenever we compete, it helps us elevate our bar and raise our bar. For example, whenever I'm working with my students, I will oftentimes, when I see them achieve something, and I know they're working hard. So what that tells me is that they're working hard to achieve something, whether they admit it or not. They've got a little bit of competitive spirit inside of them. So they're working hard to compete. They're working hard to get better. That's important for them to know, because I hate people that are complacent with just being average. I'm always asking my students, if you had a choice to ride a good horse or a great horse, which would you choose? Almost everybody chooses to ride that great horse. So in order to do that, though, we've got to have a little bit of that competitive spirit inside of us. So I think that's really important for us to know. However, there's different ways to raise that bar. We can raise the bar within ourselves. We can raise the bar in our horses. We can raise the bar in both the horses and ourselves as a team. We can raise that bar. But how do we know what we could do without watching and learning from other people, whether it be in a competitive spirit or an instructional spirit? How do we know that we can raise that bar? Another thing that I'm frequently saying to people is that was great for now, or that was perfect, good job, that's perfect for now. But the reality is that's perfect for now. What I mean by that is, now that you've done that, I expect more of you. You should expect more of yourself as well. So see, there's a little bit more of that competitive thing. So it's okay to be competitive. I hear people all the time saying, well, I'm just not competitive. I really don't care about going off to a competition and winning or doing whatever. I appreciate that. But see, the competition's not about going and competing against someone else. The competition, whether it be formal or otherwise, is about you setting a standard for yourself and being courageous enough to improve and elevate that bar. You can put whatever label onto it, but sometimes we call that competitive spirit, competitive nature. So I encourage you guys, even if you don't think that you're competitive, that you have a competitive spirit, just kind of rethink that a little bit and challenge yourself to elevate and to rise above and be the best horseman, best person that you can possibly be. Raise that bar. Appreciate you guys again. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Ranch Road. And until next time, this is Van Hargis with Van Hargis Horsemanship.